Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Align Your Life show. So glad you're here. We're here every Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Jenny Parks. I am a health and prosperity coach. And today I have Bee White back. Bee is the owner of Bring Back Vitality. So she is basically on a mission to do just that, to bring vitality back to our everyday life. She's a co-author of an amazing book, Bring Back Vitality as well, which is really all about unleashing the power that we all have to live vital, healthy lives, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Bee.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me back again to do some vital cooking.
She was here back a few months ago and cooked us up an extravaganza. It was amazing food. And back again today to just give us some really simple recipes and suggestions that you can easily implement into your day, everyday living, that are healthy and that you can feel good putting into your body and the bodies of your children and your family as well. So we've got a couple different things that we're going to do today. We're going to start with fresh lemonade that you can easily do yourself. So let's start there. I think that's a great place to start.
Okay.
We've got the lemons, we've got the pitcher. Where are we going to start from?
Okay. Well, fresh lemonade is so easy to make, and like you said, your kids are going to love it, and it's a great substitute for sugary pop.
Yes.
Now that the weather has turned warmer and our thirst increases, one part of my vitality strategy is to replace the toxifying foods and drinks that are in our daily lives, unfortunately, and replacing them with nourishing foods and water. So fresh lemonade is a great place to start. So what you do is you get a pitcher. This is a 2-quart pitcher. And then I like to add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of sweetener.
Okay.
This is organic sugar, so it's not grown with synthetic pesticides, which is great. So I'm going to put in maybe 2.5 tablespoons of organic sugar into the pitcher. And then I like to add a little room temperature, even warm water to dissolve the sweetener.
Yeah.
Now feel free to use pure maple syrup if you want to, or raw honey.
Raw honey's amazing. I use that a lot of times in tea. My husband does as well. Mm-hmm. It's really good for you too. A lot of wonderful nutrition in raw honey.
Yes, exactly. And so any natural sweetener is a nice substitute to white processed sugar.
And we were talking before, actually, you can make this without sweetener. You know, some people don't like things too sweet. I know I myself would prefer it without sweetener. So you might even start there, right? And then if you're just not into that, add in a little bit of sugar or some of those other options that you gave.
Absolutely. And my kids won't drink it without the sweetener. So
most kids probably won't, especially if they're used to getting all that sugary stuff on a daily basis. This is just a wonderful substitute.
Right, it's kind of a way to step down the white processed sugar in their diet. So this is getting dissolved, which is great. So we can add the lemon juice. So this is a hand juicer. That's a really handy tool for the kitchen. Saves the wear and tear on your hands and your fingers.
You get a lot more juice with the juicers too than you ever get squeezing it.
You're right, it's more efficient. Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
And these are organic lemons, is that correct?
Yes, that's a great point, Jenny. I always suggest and encourage you to buy and use organic ingredients in whatever you're cooking so that you're not introducing those synthetic pesticides into your diet.
Perfect.
So now you can't always find produce that's organic. For example, I've got an avocado in the bowl here that we'll be using for the soup a little in another segment later on, and that I couldn't find organic. So I still bought the avocado. It's still nutritious. It just isn't quite as nourishing if it had been organic. So for the lemons, I'm going to use 4 lemons, but these are huge lemons, right? I mean, look how big those are.
Yeah.
So depending on how tart you like your lemonade, or how large the lemons are, how juicy they are, you can definitely change up the amount of lemons.
Lemon is so great to balance our body's pH levels. So I actually love to start the day with hot water and lemon.
Me too.
Yeah, squeeze the lemon in the water and just sip on that. And it just kind of helps to balance out your body and its pH level so that you're not too acidic, because acidic is just a breeding ground for sickness and disease and things like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it's very interesting because a lemon is very acidic outside of the body, but it's very alkalizing once it's digested in your body. So it actually has a pH of about 3.0 on the pH scale, just as the raw lemon, which is quite acidic. But then in your body, once you have digested it, it becomes alkaline, and it's about 9.0 in your body. So it's very alkalizing, and it is a great way to get your body started for the day. Well, I think maybe for time's sake, I'll just do the 3 lemons. And
Okay.
again, they are huge.
They are big lemons. And how many, so this will fill this whole pitcher depending on, like you said earlier, how tart you like it. But
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 lemons will probably do it and make a nice pitcher.
Yes, and this is a 2-quart pitcher, so that's how much lemonade you'll end up making. So we've got the sweetener and the lemon juice, and then just add the water. And this is spring water, so it can be more nourishing for your body than tap water. So since I only put in 3 lemons, I'm not going to fill it all the way up.
You can smell it. It smells amazing.
And then I like to serve it with fresh mint. Do you like mint?
I do.
Okay.
Love mint.
So whatever you like, but mint is kind of traditional, right, with lemonade.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to bruise the leaves a little bit
Okay.
and stick those in there.
And this is something fun too that you could do with your children. Get them involved, because I think anytime kids are involved in making something, they're definitely more apt to try it and probably more apt to stick with it and like it too.
You're absolutely right. And, ask to make it again.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I can't wait to try.
So normally you would put this in the refrigerator and serve it cold, right? Or you could serve it over ice. But give that a try.
Oh, it's amazing. Tastes wonderful. Perfect.
To vitality.
Cheers to vitality. Thank you so much. That's amazing. And these recipes, as we go through, are going to be posted on your website and your Facebook page and things as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
we'll get all that information in as we kind of go through the process here. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and Bea is going to show us how to make spicy veggie soup in a Vitamix. So it sounds so interesting and so easy, too. So we'll be right back.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. The Align Your Life show here with B. White, owner of Bring Back Vitality. And B here is here cooking up for us just an amazing food extravaganza. All healthy stuff that you can easily, like I said earlier, implement into your day and feel good about feeding your family. The lemonade was amazing.
Thank you. I'm glad you like
Okay,
it.
so good and so simple and easy. And you also have infuser water bottles that you do as well. Kind of a different take on lemonade. What's that all about?
Well, because our bodies are 65% water and our brains are 85%, it's critical that we drink enough water every day.
Absolutely.
So proper hydration is so good for us. And these infuser water bottles, you can make the water flavor taste any way that you want it. So I hear a lot of people say, water's so plain,
Yeah.
I don't want to drink so much water. And this way you can flavor it any way you like. Today I've got in here rosemary and a 4-berry blend and lemon.
Wonderful.
So it's really good, and we sell these in farmers markets, and like at Grow Local Roots. It's going to be in downtown Indianapolis next Saturday on May 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m.
Perfect.
We'll be down there in a booth, and you can pick one up if you wanted to.
Awesome, fantastic. That looks amazing. There's so many different options too, so you can just kind of play around and find what you like.
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, so now up next is the spicy veggie soup in the Vitamix, which I'm so excited to kind of witness here because I've never made soup in a blender before. But it sounds so simple, and I am all about ease and simplicity in the kitchen. So what are we going to throw into? Okay, I'm just saying it like it is. What are we going to throw into the blender?
Okay, so, and feel free, if you don't have a Vitamix, you could do this in a food processor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the Vitamix because it heats up the soup as it blends it.
Fantastic.
So, although I don't recommend that you heat this up past about 104 degrees because then the nutrients and the food enzymes start to degrade.
And so what you could do if you don't have the Vitamix is, like you said, in the food processor, and then just maybe throw it in a crock pot or throw it on the stove
Yep,
and heat it
exactly.
up that way. Okay.
It's just a little easier cleanup wise this
Yeah.
way. So everything you can just throw right in the Vitamix. So, and this recipe is available on our website, vitalityjourney.net.
Fantastic.
So you want to take 2 tomatoes and just squeeze out the seeds as much as you can. You leave the skin on, that's fine, and just toss it right in there.
Yeah, with the Vitamix, it's very easy to just put whole fruits and vegetables inside. Some blenders aren't quite that industrial strength, and food processors don't tend to be either, depending on what kind you have. So you may have to cut these up a little bit smaller than what she's doing.
That's true. And then 2 sweet bell peppers, and I've already removed the seeds, the insides and the stems. You can just, these are pretty big, so actually I think I'm just going to use 3, 1.5
Okay.
sweet peppers there. So whatever color you like, yellow, orange, red, anything like that is fine. So, and then sun-dried tomatoes. Love
those.
sun-dried tomatoes. They're so packed with flavor. So the equivalent of about 6 sun-dried tomatoes. These are soft, so they don't have to be rehydrated. Some will have to be rehydrated. But put some of those in there. And then cilantro. And with any of my recipes, if you don't like one of the ingredients, for example, cilantro. Cilantro is one of those herbs that people either love it or they hate it. So if you would prefer to put parsley in, by all means put parsley in. I love cilantro.
I do too.
So about 1/4 cup. Nice and easy there of that. And then avocado. Let's see.
And we mentioned earlier the avocado is not organic. So it's not the best, but still nutritious, like you mentioned. And things with skin like that, when you're choosing between what to purchase organically and what not, a lot of the things with skin, if you don't find them organically, it's better than buying a bell pepper, for instance, that's not organic, because at least the
Right.
pesticides aren't being sprayed directly onto the portion that you're eating.
And it's still good for you.
It is.
Even if it's not organic. This
I
one
love
had a little bit of a brown spot in there, so I'm just cutting that away so we don't put that into our soup. So
That's a big avocado.
it is a big one. Just take the skin off of it and drop it into the Vitamix.
Now, with the avocado being in that, will it last more than a day? Is it okay to eat the next day?
It
Or
is,
it
but I
something
don't find that it lasts more than a day
Yeah.
in my home because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Honestly. Okay, and then 2 stalks of celery, and I just cut these up a little bit because they're so fibrous. Even in the Vitamix. Make a little room in there. And we made lemonade, so you can use lemon or lime juice in the soup, but because we made the lemonade before, I thought this would be nice.
Fantastic.
Just gonna step off camera for a moment to grab the juicer. So half
Looks
of the,
amazing, very colorful. You can never go wrong with vegetables either. You can have as many vegetables every single day as you like. You can never have enough.
Really,
People
you're
worry
right.
about calorie counting and things like that. You absolutely don't have to worry about that when you're eating whole foods on a normal basis.
This is sea salt,
Perfect.
right? Not white processed salt, but sea salt. And then there's 4 different spices, as it's called, spicy veggie soup.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of spices in here. So this is cumin. So
Oh, I love cumin.
about 3/4 of a teaspoon of cumin. Chili powder, which I love.
I do too. And same thing as before with these. You could, if you're not a spicy person, you can, not put as much in maybe as what you're putting in, do you think?
Absolutely. You can vary it for sure to your taste. Should always do that when you're cooking. So that's about a
Definitely.
1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, a little bit of paprika, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. This I'm just going to measure in the top. That's really one way I typically do it anyways, kind of do it by sight. And then the last one is, a little cayenne or red pepper. This guy I'm just going to
Give it a little kick.
little dash. Yep. Well, it is spicy.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to add, this is organic vegetable broth.
Okay.
And you really can just make the soup to whatever consistency you want. If you like it thicker, add less broth. If you like it thinner, of course, you'd add more broth. I find without adding at least some at the bottom, it's not going to blend.
All right.
So we'll see how this does. Get the top on. We have this rammer here that we can, see now we can fit the rest of that pepper
Yeah.
actually. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Thank you.
Mhm.
Now it'll be fine. Obviously we need some more broth.
Absolutely.
Don't forget that.
That would be a blooper.
It's still kind of chunky in the middle, so we're gonna try the rammer again.
This is so great. I mean, so easy. You can just kind of grab whatever you have in the fridge too, vegetable-wise. I mean, it doesn't have to be these vegetables.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you could make this spur of the moment. And this.
Voila. Whoops.
Oops.
Quick and easy. Fantastic.
Yes, and if you let
It
this go a
smells
little,
amazing.
little longer, it'll heat up a little more, but
Okay.
give that a try and see what you think.
Yum. So spicy veggie soup.
That's all there is to it.
Really good. Delicious. Thank you so much. That's
You're
amazing.
welcome. You're
Again, the
welcome.
recipe will be posted on the website.
Yes, vitalityjourney.net.
Fantastic. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back. We're not done cooking yet. Next, we've got marinated Italian chicken, so stay tuned.
when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore. You know,
Welcome back, everyone, to the Align Your Life Wellness Show. I am Jenny Parks here with B. White, owner of Bring Back Vitality, and she's cooking up a storm for us today. But he's got a lot of different things going on because Vitality is much more than just food. So you do a lot of different workshops and appearances and teaching and things like that. What do you have going on?
Yes, well, we do essential oil workshops. As a matter of fact, we have an essential oils 101 workshop this Saturday in Noblesville, Indiana. It's from 1 to 2:30. If you're interested in it, visit the website, vitalityjourney.net. We also do organic skincare workshops and juicing and cleansing
Fantastic.
workshops. And then we're going to be at Broad Ripple's Farmers Market
Yay.
one Saturday a month, and some other similar events.
And
So-
we mentioned Grow Local Roots earlier. There's an
Yes.
event going on May 23rd, Saturday from 1 to 4. You'll be there with a booth. I'll be there without one, but you'll be there with a booth. And there's a lot going on. Live music, there's going to be entertainment. I know that
Yes.
they're going to have a lot of speakers. There's going to be a lot of education about just sustainable living practices, organic eating, things like that.
Yep.
Awesome.
This should be a lot of fun. So
It
bring
will.
the family and come on
For,
down.
yeah, first ever event, so check that out. Grow Local Roots. You can Google it and you'll find it. So now we're going to move on to chicken. We've got marinated Italian chicken. B is going to show us how to make the marinade.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
fantastic.
All right. Really easy to do. And this was born actually last week because I had some organic free-range chicken breasts in my refrigerator and I didn't know how I was going to cook them that night. So I started looking in my cabinets and I found olive oil and garlic and some rosemary, and I thought, ooh, okay, I can add some lemon, and we've got a great marinade that won't take me much time to throw
Wonderful.
together. So this is going to serve two people, make 2 chicken breasts. And so you can start off with about, I'm going to say about half a cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And again, you want to buy organic ingredients whenever
Yes.
possible. This is
Absolutely.
organic olive oil.
And I'm a big fan of making my own marinades and dressings as well, because a lot of what you find on store shelves has so many different additives and preservatives and colors and things like that. All of those things that really just wreak havoc on your body and your system.
Absolutely, you are so right. Salad dressings especially.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah, I love to make salad dressing. But so what I'm doing here, I've got 3 large rosemary sprigs,
My favorite.
and I'm taking the leaves off the stems. So aromatic. I actually have some rosemary in my infuser bottle. It's really nice in water as well. So you can add that to your hot
Refreshing.
lemon water in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, some herbs.
That's a great idea.
So I'm just gonna bunch this all together. It makes it a little easier to chop. Chop the rosemary up coarsely. Keep in mind when you're making a marinade that you want to make it flavored very powerfully, very strong amount of flavor, because it's not like you're eating it directly, right?
Right.
You want it to penetrate the meat.
It's a good point.
So you can use this on chicken, on fish, on steak, shrimp, whatever you're going to cook that night.
And the great thing about marinades too is you really can't go wrong. I
You
mean,
can't. Whatever
You're
you
not
like.
going to mess it up. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So there's the rosemary. Back to lemons. Love to use lemons.
Yes.
So what you're going to do is use 3 lemons, the juice from 3 lemons, and then the zest from 1 of them.
Okay.
So this is a microplane, which is a great grater, zester. You can get at Bed Bath & Beyond or other places like that. And you don't want to zest too far down into the white pith. So just a couple of times in each spot, and then keep turning your lemon. And the zest is really flavorful. So it adds even more than just the plain juice.
I mean, this is something too that you could even make ahead and freeze. You know, put your chicken breasts in there and then throw them in the freezer. That way you have something easy when you come home at the end of the day to just kind of defrost and throw on the grill.
That's a great idea, because I'm not actually going to be marinating anything in it right now, because it would take too long to make the chicken. We've got the chicken already made. So I could take this home and freeze it and use it next week or whenever.
Smells amazing.
So there's the zest from about 1 lemon. And then the juice. And you can marinate overnight. I wouldn't suggest that you marinate seafood overnight in it, because it's
Yeah.
going to chemically cook it. But chicken you can do overnight, or steak. And then we've got a lot of seeds in there. But oh well. Living in a
I never
world
would have thought to
flavor.
add lemon to it. That's great.
Just evokes visions of Tuscany to me.
It does,
you know?
absolutely. It
Right?
smells that way too.
And actually, since that 1 lemon was gargantuan, I'll just use 1 more, and I think we'll be good.
You could make the soup and the chicken together, have that as a meal, your soup on the side. So much you can do
Yep.
with chicken too. You could throw it in a salad, throw it in a wrap, eat it by itself.
It's very versatile.
Yes.
You're right. So there is our lemon, and now we're going to use some garlic.
Can never have too much garlic, I say.
You can, and it's quintessential Italian
Absolutely.
ingredient, right?
You can't cook without it if you're Italian.
No, you can't. And the recipe actually calls for 2 garlic cloves, but because this is such a huge clove, I'm just going to use the 1.
Okay.
And if you have a garlic press,
Yes.
you can press it.
Much easier than chopping, but chopping works too.
Yes, or you can mince it. You want as much surface area as possible, so cut it as small as you can. Get those flavors really marrying in your marinade.
You're a self-taught chef too, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I also owned and operated a restaurant up in Fort Wayne for a number of years.
Fantastic.
And so I honed some culinary skills up there.
Yes.
It's a seafood restaurant, so.
A lot of people are
Big
afraid to
seafood
start
lover.
cooking because they've never had any training, but it's something that you can easily teach yourself. It's trial and error as you go, but you
Yeah.
find some simple, easy things like this that are your go-tos, and then you just experiment.
And there's so many cookbooks.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
and Google.
really,
Google's
those-
great for everything.
yeah, absolutely. And then salt, sea salt again, and freshly ground black pepper.
Wonderful.
I mean, what wouldn't be good in this,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I do like to buy a free-range chicken, which means that
Exactly.
the chicken has been exposed to sunshine and fresh air and lots of exercise outdoors. It's not in a conventionally grown barn,
Yes.
right? With the chickens shoulder to shoulder, they're actually moving, and I think it makes for a better flavor of a chicken.
Well, absolutely, and they're being fed well too. So you have to remember that what you eat, you're eating what they eat. So you want to make sure that you're putting organic into your body.
Yes. And then before you put your chicken in there, of course you want to just stir it all up so it's evenly distributed, all the ingredients in there. And how easy
That
is
looks
that?
amazing.
Right?
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
Have a smell.
Let me smell that. You can smell it from over here, but yeah, can we tilt that so we can get a good
Sure.
It's just beautiful too, so colorful.
It is.
Amazing.
It is. And then then I would add 2 chicken breasts in there and then toss to coat them and make sure plenty of the garlic was underneath the chicken, the garlic and the rosemary and the other ingredients on top of the chicken breast as well. And then if you're going to marinate it overnight, I would turn it 2 or 3 times the next day. And if you only have a few hours, then turn it about every hour. And then you can either drain the marinade off and grill it over medium-high heat and grill it for 20 minutes or so, or you can stick it in the oven. You could bake it, do it in a saute pan. Another great thing about the marinade is you can boil it down a little bit,
Yes.
boil it for a couple minutes, let it simmer. It makes a really nice sauce.
Wonderful.
for
So you
the
have
chicken
with
when
brown
it's
rice
done.
or maybe
Yes.
some great pasta to go with it. Beautiful. Look
And
at that
here's the finished
presentation.
product.
Looks amazing. We'll be diving into that here shortly, I'm sure. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. This was all just wonderful. Such great, simple meal plans, and all that they can find again on your website. And they can also find you where else?
On Facebook, so at Bring Back Vitality on Facebook, and also on YouTube. We have a new channel on
Fantastic.
YouTube called Everyday Vitality, and then of course on the website, vitalityjourney.net.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here, Bee. This was amazing as always, and I'm sure that Bee will be back to cook for us again. My name again is Jenny Parks. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. And I want to thank Jim Wofford, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and the Wofford Theater for always allowing us this great platform to bring good, healthy information to you each week.
And how do they find you?
You can find me at my website, alignyourlifewellness.com, and he looks out for me too. Thank you, Jim. And find me on Facebook too. Love to connect. And my number 317-945-8268. Next week, Heather Bischoff will be back. Dragonfly Direction. We'll be chatting it up. So join us next Wednesday at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanks again.
Be vital.